Peace and love, it's your boy Don Kilam, and welcome to Dream Keepers Radio, that private life podcast. You're here, tuned in with your boy, and this is brought to you by Follow the Yellow Brick Road by Don Kilam. Search the book on Amazon now. Go get the book and uncover the matrix and how the United States is operating in the financial marketplace. Much peace and love. Love, peace and love. Before we get started, text Private Life to 702-200-4900 to learn more and get the link to our private community. That is Private Life. Text Private Life to 702-200-4900. Much peace and love. It's your boy Don Kilam, also known as Malik Kilam, and as always, prosperity is your divine birthright. I'm not a licensed attorney tax expert. I do this for educational and informational purposes only. How's everybody feeling, man? This the private life. We just out here chilling, man. There's a lot y'all don't know. There's a lot y'all do know. But I'm always in a private location. I just got to point that out. You know? But peace and love. And before we get started, I'm going to let you know, quit asking me your goddamn questions. I don't give a fuck. Shut the fuck up with your fucking questions. Ask Google, ask your mama. I sure the hell don't look at your daddy. Private knowledge comes from private families. Ask your family. Obviously, you come from an ignorant family, so shut the fuck up and take notes when you see a real nigga speaking. Simple as that. But peace and love. Let me know where you tapped in and tuned in from. I'm getting my ass back inside. I'm showing y'all some private shit, man. Private life, man. I'm always in a private location. All right? And that's how you should live, too. Private life, private locations, private lifestyle. Quit begging in the public. When you ask, you're giving up power. I'm not answering to no motherfucker. You feel me? That's all I'm saying. That is Black Box in the background. I do own the rights to this music. You feel me? How y'all feeling though? How's everybody feeling? I'm about to drop some game, like I always do. To the beggars in the public, shut the fuck up. To everybody else, you're welcome. You dig? Hey, peace and love, peace and love. How's everybody feeling? Peace and love. Let me turn this music off. Hold on, y'all. Let me turn this countdown and this music off. I posted in the school, I'll be on the live. So if you're part of the private community, you have access to the Zoom. I'm live on the Zoom. Also live on the TikTok and live on the Instagram. The Instagram is Don Kilam _legacy. Don Kilam _legacy. You can also do Don Kilam University on the Instagram and TikTok. Also, the TikTok is Don Kilam, all one word, DONKILAM. You can text Private Life to 702-200-4900. Again, text Private Life to 702-200-4900. I will have an event coming out soon for those in the school. But peace and love, peace and love, peace and love. I don't want to join your clubs, your ceremonies, your private groups, none of that shit unless you're paying me and my family for my time. My time is very important. Understand this. I come to the public to drop y'all game, not to fucking talk to you guys, none of that. So shut the fuck up. Take notes. I will block you if you disrupt me, take away my energy, anything like that. Respect my peace, respect my space. I'm giving y'all game. I'm like, if you don't know that this shit is real by now, I don't even want to talk to you. You know? I've been on this path for a very long time and even got multiple law degrees and business degrees to prove to you I'm not a sellout, you know? I don't need a bar card. You don't need a bar card. All you needed is your word. And that's with anything in life. All right? So, I don't have to answer to you. I don't have to answer your questions. Everybody says, you're supposed to be for the people, Don. I'm for my people. Fuck your people. You dig what I'm saying? Because my people knows what it is. My people, they apply it to their life. A workman's worthy is higher. You dig what I'm saying? My people apply this knowledge to their life. It's simple as that. Understand that. I'm not licensed attorney taxes, but I do this for educational and informational purposes only. I'm going to start with, I've had a lot of haters talking a lot of shit about these trademarks. All right? You know, the way I do the trademarks and things. So, it doesn't work in the courts. You don't work in the courts, goddammit. You dig what I'm saying? You got to know how to go to the higher ups and the right people. So, like, everybody knows here in America, it's Admiralty and Maritime. You dig what I'm saying? Admiralty and Maritime. That's what's going on. All right? And you're fighting over this birth certificate. Y'all authenticating these birth certificates. Y'all hold on to these documents. Of course, you're going to be in these courts. Of course, the trademark will not work for you because you're using that bullshit. You understand? Do you think you can get into the higher court? Google this now. Higher courts of justice. You're not royalty. You use a slave document. Slave. Shut the fuck up, public servant. Use a public servant using public documents. Pussy. That's what I'm going to tell you. You understand? Shut the fuck up talking to me. The High Courts of Justice in London, known properly as His Majesty's High Courts of Justice in England, together with the Court of Appeals and the Crown Court. You can't go to these courts with the documents you're using. You're a slave. It's simple as that, man. Google this shit. This shit's not rocket science. You know why? You know why you want to argue with Don Kilam? Is because you don't hang out with real motherfuckers. You don't hang out with real motherfuckers. You don't talk to real motherfuckers. That's what's going on here. I know how far you can take me because I'm looking at your fucking pathetic life. You understand? I gotta hit you here. Because I told you motherfuckers in 2006 you'll go get Bitcoin. And you motherfuckers still broke acting like you can't afford my service. I'm going to say that again. I told y'all back in 06 you'll go get a little bit of that coin. And you're still broke acting like you can't afford my services. I told you back in 2000, what was it? 16? Make your name an LLC. Then the motherfucking vaccine hit around 2020. And your ass is still broke. Didn't have your name as an LLC. Your ass wasn't cashing in on them dividends. You understand? I don't think you hear me though. Let me get some fire emojis, some 100s if you heard me this time. You broke public motherfuckers. You can't hang out in the high courts of justice because your ass is broke. You're still chasing this. Listen. You were talking about this in God we trust. It's backed by your labor, motherfucker. You don't trust God. So you not backed by nothing. Talk to him, Dad. Talk to him. I said it's the in God we trust. You don't trust God, and that's why your ass is broke. The High Courts of Justice. Let me know if you agree. The High Court of Justice in London, known properly as His Majesty High Court of Justice in England, together with the Court of Appeals. Hold on. Let me go back, man. You Roman slaves, man. Y'all playing the Roman slave game. I don't play that shit. I was taught I self-law and master Islam. Can I get the Islam? Y'all, a lot of y'all don't understand that. A lot of y'all white motherfuckers about to clog off right now. Bye-bye, white people. Islam, I self-law and master. Understand that. Let's just look up what's said of law. If you understand who you are. Sharia is an Islam legal system derived from the Quran. You got to understand. I told y'all, you understand the Torah? That's in the Bible too. This is a whole different set of law under their prophet Muhammad. You don't trust in God, so you don't know the law. That's why I'm going to continue to say this. Common law is to trust in God. Having a faith-based organization is to trust in God. Y'all sitting here setting up FBOs, faith-based organizations, 501c1As, and your ass is still broke. You know what a Federal Reserve note is? It's a promise to pay. A promissory note is a promise to pay. It's a promise. A covenant is a promise from God. Y'all keep playing with these things with promises to the devil. And you keep thinking you're going to get something? The government owes me. The government is you. You are the government. Remember, the people. Duh. You don't know what type of people you are because you're using their documents. You're fighting over their documents. You're fighting over their signs and symbols. It's old enough to control everything. Understand that, first of all. And the first rule of commerce is you can only control what you create. Are the Amish using birth certificates? Come on, talk to me, man. And when you come to my school, I show you different avenues and different ways to do. Like I say here, I have to give you the links. The links are life, obviously, because you motherfuckers ain't reading these days. All right? If you say we're Jewish, we're not following under codes and statutes. It's called, check it out. The Bet Din of America is a Bet Din, Court of Jewish Law, which serves Jews throughout the United States of America as a forum for arbitrating disputes through the Din Torah process, obtaining Jewish divorces and confirming Jewish personal status issues. That's their law. They don't have judges, they have rabbis. But y'all are not tapped in. Y'all not tapping in with the boy Don Kilam. Y'all not booking those consultations. Y'all not sitting down with private families. And y'all want to argue with a motherfucker with a public mindset when you was indoctrinated by a public school that does not serve you, that taught you how to be a slave, and you want to continue with this something for nothing mentality. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. Like I had to break something down to one of my trustees today, thinking they want to continue to give free consults. No, that's not how life is going. Don't I continue to pay you? I pay you for everything you do for me. So you're going to pay me too. Hey, fair exchange is not robbery. That's how I break it down. Fair exchange is not robbery. But quid pro quo, when two parties agree to exchange goods or services, something for something, not something for nothing, and the private is something for something. And you're sitting here operating off a public mindset. The fiat currency, the United States government system, is based off your labor. It's backed by nothing. So what happens is you don't know how to use your terms correctly. So you give up your banking rights when you're in the public banking system. I'm going to say it again. You give up your banking rights when you're in the public banking system. All public banks, I got to show y'all. I got to show y'all now. All public versus private. The public banking system. Public banks are owned by the government. Better believe it. Public banks are owned and managed by the government and the public interest. Understand that. You give up banking rights anytime you deal with a public bank. And you did not have the private arrangements together. You didn't have the private agreements together. The private contracts, because the government cannot interfere with a private contract. Understand the public sector of the game. I've been saying this for years, guys. Public sector is the part of the economy that the government controls. That's as simple as that. The part of the economy that is controlled by the government, that is the public sector. Look it up. Public defender, public assistance. You take that Social Security number, that is a public welfare number that's used for public benefits. So yes, God, what are you saying? I have to give up this number to go private? Yes, 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 yes. There's no ands, ifs, buts about it. Y'all keep holding on to this shit. Learn how to use it correctly. You understand? Public schools, yes. This is a private education, and it's quid pro quo. Appreciate you. It's quid pro quo. That's something for something. Now, well, what is private banking in? Private banking is international banking. Private banking is international banking. So we're gonna go back to this. Private banking is international banking. You gotta think about it. What is domestic? You're sitting here, you're still doing business at home. You haven't left outside the scopes of the United States. What can you establish to go to another country? Because I'm telling you, as an American citizen, with these birth certificates, you're going to be treated unfairly and taxed at a disadvantage when you're going overseas and internationally. So you got to have something privately established. You have to understand private law. You have to understand international law. Well, I got this UCC1 and I put a lien against my birth certificate, and that's crazy talk. I just told you, you can only control what you create. UCC1 is a public document. You're putting things in the public. And only thing you need, and you can't even securitize off of UCC1. Only thing you need is a promissory note. Think about it. A promissory note. Security agreement. That's all you need. That's all you need. And you don't have to put it in the public. Anytime you put your assets in the public, it's no longer own nothing, control everything. The public is aware of what is being managed within your control. Does everybody follow me? I hope this makes sense. So, I need everybody to understand international courts. Higher courts of justice. Understand what, if you're claiming if you're claiming a religion, who is your people? What is y'all's law? It's church versus state. Where's your baptismal certificate? Where's your proof of initiation? The Vatican has its own bank. The Mormons have their own bank. The Jews have their own banks.
We'll be back after a quick break.
Are you ready to unlock the secrets of commerce and build an empire that lasts for generations? Look no further. Introducing $1 Million Worth of Game by Don Kilam, your official guide to the private and public side of commerce. In this groundbreaking book, Don Kilam reveals the strategies and insider knowledge you need to create and protect your wealth. Learn how to navigate the intricate world of commerce, master the art of building an empire, and secure a lasting legacy for your family. Get your hands on $1 Million Worth of Game today and embark on a transformative journey toward financial abundance. Don't miss out on the opportunity to build your empire and secure a prosperous future for generations to come. Get ready to conquer the world of commerce. $1 Million Worth of Game by Don Kilam, your ultimate guide to building an empire and leaving a legacy. $1 Million Worth of Game by Don Kilam. Available now. Get your copy and start your journey to generational wealth.
Chinese have their own banks. So, when it comes to these trademarking your name, your thumbprint, your signature, that's the process I do. There's a process, and it goes with the trust. The trust is the ownership of this. All right, the trust is the beneficiary of the trust, the trademark. So, overstanding these things, you're internationally protected. Internationally. So, that's one form, copyrights and trademarks. So you got to understand the game. America's a free enterprise. It's a corporation. Understand the game so you can learn how to play it. So internationally, I can prove this is my family name. Internationally, I can go to the courts of justice and prove this is my name without using a birth certificate. Understand that. International is private banking. Insurance is private banking. One of the insurance companies has been around since 1689. Private banking. Lloyd's of London. That's game for you right there. This is where the super elite go. This is one place that the super elite go. I just gave you $1 million worth of game right there. Lloyd's of London. It's an insurance and reinsurance market located in London, England. Unlike most of its competitors in the industry, it's not an insurance company. Rather, Lloyd's is a corporate body governed by the Lloyd's Act of 1871 and Acts of Parliament. So these underwriters or members include both corporations and private individuals that are being traditionally known as just names. Lloyd's of London. That's game for your ass right there. So these are the types of talks I have with private families. This is the type of talk your family was supposed to hand down and off to you. But instead, they didn't, and they died, and y'all still not doing it. And this is why you must show a workman is worthy of his hire. You must drop a donation. Join the school. SKOOL.com/DONKILAM. School.com/Don Kilam. So you got to understand, to make your family private, that's going to be under trust because family law is private law. Family law is private law. So you have to understand, trusts were only created to begin with to protect the family. Why else would a trust be created? It was to protect the family or families. Understand this. Yeah, I come from my wife's side. They lived that gypsy lifestyle. They understood these things. They understood family. They understood laws and bylaws and consequences. You understand? Gang, gang. So everyone should be using a family business trust for the family. Everybody should have a family business trust. Your family, your tribe, your clan, your derivatives from royalty. You come from, derived from royalty. When you claim a color, that's putting you at a slave status. Understand that. There's no Black history kings. When you learn Black history, there's no king and queens. You understand? You know, when we know there was royalty. You understand? And that goes for every nationality out there. Everybody derives from royalty. To figure out where your lineage comes from and derives from so you can document it and put it somewhere. All right? That's your family Bible. Where's your creation story? How was your family created? You got to have these when you're playing in the Matrix. You got to have these things because you're sitting here playing in the Matrix. It doesn't matter. You're in the game. So you have to create your boxes. You know, you got to create your next move, so to speak. Now, trusteeship, understand, trusteeship is learning how to make the family trust do whatever you used to do. So, what you used to do. This is trusteeship. So, it's going to pay family expenses. It's going to pay for your children's education. It's going to pay for your family vehicles. It's going to pay for your family housing. You no longer need to take public assistance. You no longer need to be on Section 8. Because, you know, you're giving up birthrights when you accept these things. You're giving up birthrights when you accept food stamps. Let me just tell you about the story of Esau and Jacob real quick, man, because y'all have to understand this. Jacob offered to give Esau a bowl of stew in exchange for his birthrights, the right to be recognized as firstborn, and Esau agreed. The birthright, called Korah, has to do with both position and inheritance by birthright. The firstborn son inherits the leadership of the family and the judicial authority of his father. You're giving up your birthrights when you accept food stamps. When you accept public benefits, you're giving up, the authority of being a father. You're giving up the father. Understand that a trust is a distinct entity separate from a person. A trust can do everything a person can do except vote. And there are many trusts, over hundreds of trusts in the public. So, however, we operate from a private family business trust. Article 1, Section 10 of the Constitution states that a state or a government cannot interfere with a private contract. All a trust is a private contract. Understand this. Understand this. Links are in the bio if you're on Instagram. Shut the fuck up with the chatter in my comments. I kick you out my shit. You should be taking notes. You ain't rich yet? Shut the fuck up. And most of y'all ain't rich yet because I kick it with the rich. I kick it with the wealthy. You know what I'm saying? A lot of celebrities not even rich. I kick them with them every day. I teach them this shit, man. So be quiet. Y'all want to get 10 steps ahead or y'all want to stay stuck? You feel me? Simple as that. Links are in the bio. Who created the Constitution? Who created the Bill of Rights? Wasn't it families? I'll wait. Give me a 100. Give me a fire emoji. Let me know that you're following along. Who created the Bill of Rights? Who created the Constitution? Wasn't it families? Most of them were cousins and shit. I'll wait. Y'all sit here. Y'all understand the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, the Kennedys. Do you think they're running around authenticating a birth certificate? You're elite too, right? You say your birth certificate worth millions. Do you think they're cashing in on a birth certificate, or do you think they're creating their own trust and their own lifestyles and creating programs for you to work for? They're using their creative mind. One in the United States is a creative free enterprise. Y'all don't want to make your names a business. Y'all don't want to create the family business. Y'all don't want to get off your asses and go get it. Get up off your ass and go get it. It's that simple. So, families created the Bill of Rights. Families created constitutions. And only if you knew, man. Only if you knew.
We'll be back after a quick break.
All right, go.
I'm rocking with Don Kilam.
Let's go. Family law is private law. Does it start to make sense to everybody? Who created the Constitution? Who created the Bill of Rights? The Bill of Rights is the articles. That's the real law. Constitutions are amendments. Amendments mean change. So understand that. The real law will always be the Bill of Rights. But before that, it's the Bible and it's the Ten Commandments. That's Jewish law right there. The Torah, irrevocable trust. It's in stone. They don't get up off that. They don't believe in the New Testament. So the New Testament does not apply to them. Understand that the Torah is the law. We just broke down back then. You can't look up Jewish attorneys. They have their own type of law. Canon law is where this law derives from. But you got to understand, you're part of their religion. You got the birth certificate. You're part of their religion. Government cannot interfere with a religion. The government can't interfere with a private contract. You're identifying with the birth certificate. You're identifying with these documents. That's why the Amish won't use an ID. That's why the Amish won't get a birth certificate. That's why the Amish won't get a Social Security card, because they understand these are contracts. These are covenants outside your maker. That breaks the covenant of the Ten Commandments. Do not make a covenant outside your maker. I can prove who your maker is with the birth certificate. Private law. It's private law. Family law is private law. Now your name belongs to them. And you don't understand these contracts. Y'all sitting here keep trying to fucking, they owe me money. Yeah, all right. Go see the Reaper Man then. All right? You owe yourself money. Govern means the control, mint means mind. They're here to control your mind. You keep playing the game. I make my own signs and symbols. Your ancestors had their own money. That part. Right? That part. Your ancestors had their own money. That part. You sitting here chasing currency because you went to the bank and gave up your talent. Understand, you are the currency. You are the talent. You are the money. But you don't understand that. Where's your land at? You're still shopping at Walmart with fiat currency. You understand? We live in a full faith and credit. Understand quid pro quo in the private, man. Y'all don't understand that. Y'all don't understand collaterals because y'all don't own shit. Y'all don't understand portfolios, asset portfolios. Y'all don't understand how to use your talents and labors and use them as collateral. Y'all don't understand that because y'all don't want to get a private education. Y'all don't understand checks and balances. Y'all don't understand accounting. It wasn't taught to you in the public education system. Y'all don't understand the accrual method. Y'all don't understand double bookkeeping entry. Y'all don't understand these things. As a matter of fact, you don't even understand spirituality. Because you don't have the one of the rules of commerce, the last one, but the most important. You're not allowing anything to come between you and your higher power. That's what's going to give you the leverage. That's what's going to give you the money. That's what's going to give you the game. That's what's going to put you above the rest. You don't hear me, though. My family trust pays for family housing. My family trust pays for clothing. My family trust pays for the education. The trust takes care of the family. Wealth is always private. Wealth is always private. I'm protected because I don't own anything. My family does. I'm going to always be protected. Who's the grantor? The family. Who's the beneficiary? The family. This is tax avoidance. This isn't tax evasion. We only have arm's length dealing because we control. We don't own anything. Arm's length dealing. Being a trustee, my job is working for the family. Because the family pays for the education to grow the trust. So as a trustee, I'm only here to grow the trust. That's why an attorney can never be a trustee because they're not there to grow the trust. They're there to counsel the trust or things like that. So never make your attorney your trustee. As a trustee, I learned that education are just tax credits. So my education is even a write-off because I'm there to grow the trust because I'm doing my job because my job is to grow the trust. My job is to grow the family because that's a covenant from God. Multiply. That's the covenant. God told me I'm here to multiply. I'm here to grow the trust. I'm here to grow the family. And in order to grow the family, I must grow the family trust. When you start to learn how to be a trustee, private trustee training, these are the things I do. Takes private life to 702 200 4900. Again, takes private life to 702 200 4900. Get an education. It's not cheap. I educate the best of the best, celebrities, top notch, private, millionaires. Now we working towards billionaires. Met a few billionaires. Looking forward to the day I meet a trillionaire. But you got to understand when you're growing the trust, when you become a trustee, you got to learn passive ways and learn passive accounts to grow this trust, such as private placement accounts, having land, real estate, holding companies. I already told you about the insurance companies. Drop that game early on. So investing in yourself, you're the greatest asset to the trust because that's why you got to have a great insurance policy. The trust is a beneficiary, so the trust can have capital to keep the trust alive if the trustees pass. All right? So as a trustee, I'm going to have a great life insurance policy. If I pass, I got great life insurance that's going to replenish the trust. So at least we can sell off the things in the trust or continue the education for the next trustees. All right? Trustees can take a salary or take a lump sum and reinvest it. Simple as that. That's what's embedded in my trust. And they get it tax-free. I understand insurance contracts and private contracts. Insurance is private banking. Insurance contracts are private contracts. Don't want that to go over your head. It's $1 million worth of fucking game, multi-million dollars worth of fucking game for you. These are considered asset classes, and you must know how to be a trustee and grow the trust. I talk about endowments all the time, having a family library. You shouldn't be putting everything on Instagram and Facebook. You should still be having family painting, photo albums, books, private diaries, private instructions, holy instructions. This is your family, faith-based organization. You're teaching them your law. You're teaching them your religion of life. You're protecting your legacy. And you don't have this mindset, you can never go to the top level. You can never hang around royalty. I've helped royalty in Sri Lanka, Hawaii, Australia. I've helped them everywhere. I understand that. Your name is your legacy. It's families that run the world. It's charities that run the world. It's investments that run the world. Understand that? Overstand that. Hope that's enough game for y'all. I just want to drop that for y'all. That's what was compelled on me to drop this information on everybody. If you're part of the school, I'll make sure y'all get the replay with the Zoom. Much peace and love. I need y'all to remember, prosperity is your divine birthright. Tap in and tune in. I'm not going to be doing consults. Listen, the price of consults is going up. Probably to like $10,000 starting in April. Probably April. Right now it's at $2,000 an hour. Quit asking what consults are. I'm thinking feds type shit. You know what I'm saying? If you keep asking enough questions, that is your consult. The fuck? A consult's when you ask me questions. If you can't find it on Google, if you can't ask your mama for it, because your mama and your daddy, your mama's your first teacher. It takes a man to raise a man, but a woman to raise a nation. Then it's your father. If you can't ask them, I sure in the hell don't look like your daddy. I lost my mama to this game. I lost my grandmas, the people that raised me. I didn't spend a lot of time with them because I'm sitting here giving you all this information because y'all was stuck a motherfucking drive. The motherfuckers get my number. They hit me up all hours of the fucking night. I got children, so they always figure out my number. There's always a leak, man. I got 18 fucking phones. Can't make this up. I'm known all over the world, man, but I do help my family. There is some people I gotta keep the phone on for, you know? They're just part of the tribe. If they're in those situations, I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna get them out of them situations. That's what we do. I help families all across this nation. All across the world, I help families, but definitely at home. Charity starts at home. So I help a lot of families outside my bloodline that we've grown together in lots of different locations. So there's not too many places I can't lay my hand, and I appreciate that, man. And I appreciate y'all for making Don Kilam relevant. That's why I continue to come to the public and give y'all the information. Get it while y'all can. Tap in and tune in. I got a network of powerful people, man, that'll take you from zero to hero. Learn how to get this money. It's simple as that. Fuck all the paperwork. Y'all sitting here stuck on paperwork, then y'all need y'all paperwork right. Y'all need to get y'all's mindset right. Then everything else falls into place. Get right with God first. Then everything falls into place. Set your vision with God, because the ones who lack a vision, that's when you perish. So get your vision right with God first. And then everything's going to fall in place. Love conquers everything. So love what you do when you get the vision together with God. What's done in the dark comes out the light. So what you thinking about? You know what I'm saying? What gets you off? That's what's coming off into the real world. I'm just keeping it real. What gets you off? Only thing that makes me come is money. You understand? Freedom. You understand? Being able to do what I want. Being able to have what I have. Say what I want to say. Being healthy. Being able just to eat what I want. Travel where I want to go to. Hang around with the people I want to hang around. Be able to send money and help the people in the causes that I desire and want to cause that fulfill me and make me feel better. So what really truly turns you on? What gets you off? I hope that it's prosperity. Because if you choose it, it chooses you. When you get definite with the infinite, I'm talking about God, because you come from the infinite power. When you get definite with the infinite, there's no spells that can fucking bound you to anything. These are fucking, you gotta understand spelling and spell casting. Curved lines and dots. Y'all sitting here arguing over paperwork. It's a box. It's your coffin. It's not yours. You can only control what you create. What's your goals? What's your mindset? Did you write down your 3-year plan? Did you write down your 5-year plan? Your 7-year plan? Your 10-year plan? Because I'm living mine, true manifestation. I'm not worried about the rest. Everything else will fall into place. Because, hey, I lack nothing, because wisdom comes from the Most High. Who controls those oppressors that come your way. This is your world. Life is your projection. This is your world. You've seen it. You created it. You envisioned it. Don says, for dreams obey narrators. So you created whatever comes your way. So learn it. Learn the game. Learn yourself. Understand that. You only hear what you're programmed to hear. All I hear is prosperity, or it's away from me, Satan. You understand? When you're for God, anything against you is the devil. So continue to trust in God and tell God what it is that you need to have done. And as simple as that. With that, I'm out. Much peace and love.
In a world where the tax system can seem overwhelming, one book is here to guide you towards financial empowerment. Introducing The Capitalizing Namepreneur, Unleashing the Power of Tax Credits by best-selling author Don Kilam. Are you looking to demystify the complexities of taxes and harness the power of tax credits? The Capitalizing Namepreneur provides an understanding of effectively utilizing your tax credits. Discover the secrets behind setting up a tax firm, understanding the strawman name, protecting your assets, and navigating the implications of the Social Security Trust Fund. Don Kilam's expertise shines through every page. It's like having a personal financial advisor by your side. Get your copy of The Capitalizing Namepreneur today and unlock the power of tax credits to enhance your financial well-being. Order your copy now and take control of your tax strategies. The Capitalizing Namepreneur, Unleashing the Power of Tax Credits by Don Kilam. Available now at leading bookstores and online. Get your copy today.